COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act is a proposed legislation intended to address the rise in hate crimes and violence against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, or AAPI. The said bill recently passed the Senate by an overwhelming 94-1 bipartisan vote. Alfred Acenas from EBC Hawaii-Pacific has more.
This legislation sends a dual message to our Asian American community. We will not tolerate violence and bigotry against you. And to those who perpetrate the violence and bigotry, we're going to pursue you to the full extent of the law.
Once the COVID-19 hate crimes bill is signed into law, the federal government will guide state and local law enforcement on how to establish online hate crime reporting procedures in multiple languages.
And an elderly man told me he's afraid to walk down the street in the house where he lives because he's been cursed at and spat upon. And a young lady told me she no longer rides the subways because the stairs were so mean and forbidding. And those two stories can be repeated thousands of times over each day in every state. So we must do something, and today we did.
The bill will also advise local governments on how to expand education programs to help law enforcement understand and interact effectively with communities from other cultures.
My 80-year-old mom came home from the grocery store visibly upset because she had, and I asked her what had happened, and she had been harassed by the grocery store clerk who kept pushing her away as she was trying to buy some grapes. And she was trying to pick up grapes, and she was told, go stand over there. And so she moved over, and they said, no, go stand over there. And they just kept hassling her, and this happens all the time. And my mom finally confronted the grocery store clerk and said, listen, I'm just here to buy grapes for my granddaughter's lunch. I'm not here to fight you. Just let me buy the grapes. And this bill will allow me to go home and tell my mom we did something about it. And this bill tells the AAPI community, who are seen as the other, who are often asked, where are you from, really? And I've had that happen to me while wearing the uniform of this nation with her flag on my shoulder, been asked, where are you from, really? Yeah, your dad has been here since before the revolution, but where are you from? This tells the AAPI community, we see you, and we will stand with you, and we will protect you.
Additionally, federal agencies will issue guidance on how to diminish racially discriminatory language in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic.
I cannot tell you how important this bill is to the AAPI community, who often has felt very invisible in our country, always seen as foreign, always seen as the other. And for them to experience a kind of hatred against them through no provocation on their part, to be the victims of unprovoked, just random assaults on them as they are minding their own business in the subways, grocery stores, takeout restaurants, on the street. This bill, I would say, just as important as the substance of the bill and what we hope to do by gathering the kind of data we need, that as important as the content and substance of the bill is the message of this bill, that we in the Senate are going to stand with our AAPI community, and indeed any community that is discriminated against on the basis of race or any of the categories that you and I can think of. So as we say in Hawaii, mahalo nui loa to everyone.
According to the 2018 census, there are about 22.6 million Asian Americans and roughly 1.1 million Pacific Islanders living in the United States.
Meanwhile, the Senate has been coordinating with the House of Representatives to do a quick vote on some additional language to the most current bill before President Biden signs the finalized version, hopefully sometime in May, which also happens to be Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Reporting from Honolulu, Hawaii, I'm Alfred Acenas, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you.